After 4 months of shocking evidence, tearful accounts of self-defense, and stomach-turning details of a grisly killing, the Jodi Arias case neared its end today when an Arizona jury found Arias guilty of murder in the first degree. But it's not over yet. In the wake of this highly anticipated verdict, the same jury now holds her life in their hands. Here's ABC's Ryan Owens.
The state of Arizona versus Jodi Arias, verdict, count 1.
They are the words Travis Alexander's family has waited 5 years to hear.
Do find the defendant as to count 1, first-degree murder, guilty.
Travis's siblings exhaled in relief and broke down in tears. As for the woman just convicted of murdering her ex-boyfriend, Jodi Arias, dressed all in black, barely flinched. It was almost as if she knew it was coming. Immediately after the verdict, Arias spoke to the Fox affiliate here in Phoenix with this message for the victim's family.
I hope that now that a verdict has been rendered, that they're able to find peace, some sense of peace.
Arias also said she was surprised by the verdict.
It was unexpected for me, yes, because there was no premeditation on my part. I can see how things look that way, but I didn't expect the premeditation.
Outside the Phoenix courthouse, the crowd erupted as word spread this state's most notorious defendant was officially a convicted killer.
She's evil, and I love when evil people go down. I don't want to hear from that word ever again.
Travis's closest friends, Chris and Sky Hughes, sat down with ABC News just after the verdict.
Sky and I were best friends with Travis until the day he died, and we did a lot of fun things together, and it's been a tough 5 years.
Please stand for the jury.
It took those 8 men and 4 women just more than 15 hours to convict the 32-year-old killer of premeditated murder. She stabbed Alexander 27 times, slit his throat from ear to ear, and then shot him in the head in the bathroom of his Mesa, Arizona home.
Not a big surprise that Jodi Arias was convicted of first-degree murder. There was not just evidence that she killed Travis Alexander, she admitted that, but the evidence of premeditation was pretty overwhelming.
HLN anchor Nancy Grace has been following every sensational detail of the trial.
But it was as if she were looking at each one in the eyes, beseeching them to reverse their verdict.
Juror number 1, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
I think truly this is the first time that Jodi Arias has ever been held accountable for what she did.
Before reaching this verdict, the jury heard 4 months of tawdry and often tearful testimony.
I just couldn't believe what had happened, that I couldn't take anything back, what had just happened.
A remarkable 18 days of them from Jodi Arias herself.
Did you kill Travis Alexander on June 4th, 2008?
Yes, I did.
Why?
The simple answer is that he attacked me, and I defended myself.
Her defense came right from her own mouth, that she killed her ex-boyfriend Travis Alexander before he could kill her. She told the jury of a violent fight for life that happened in Travis's bathroom on June 4th of 2008. The aspiring photographer said she was snapping sexy photos of her ex in the shower when she dropped his new camera.
He said, "Kill you, bitch." He body slammed me again on the tile.
From the witness stand, the 32-year-old even acted out how she claimed Travis lunged at her. She told the jury she shot him in the head, but then can't remember what happened after that.
What factors influence your having a memory problem?
Usually when men like you are screaming at me or grilling me, or someone like Travis doing the same.
So that affects your memory problems, right?
It does. It makes my brain scramble.
Fiery prosecutor Juan Martinez has a very different story about what happened that fateful summer day in the bloody bathroom of Travis Alexander's Mesa, Arizona home.
She slit his throat, she stabbed him in the heart, and we also know that she shot him. There are 3 different ways that she killed him.
He told the jury Arias stalked the Mormon businessman and planned his murder so no other woman could have him. Travis's own friend suspected Jodi immediately. Shanna Hogan is a true crime writer who has followed this case from the beginning. She interviewed Travis's friends who found his decomposing body 5 days after Jodi killed him for her book, Picture Perfect.
They go to Travis's room and the door is locked. The roommate goes and gets the key, and as the doors are cast open, they're hit with this putrid smell. And they open up the door and the light shining from the bathroom is reflecting off a blood pool on the carpet. And the roommate and one of the friends goes in and they follow this path of bloody footprints up into the shower where they see their friend lying there dead.
Once the friends find Travis in this condition, they're obviously panicked, but they have an initial thought about who might have done this.
From the moment of the 911 call, people are pointing the fingers at Jodi. Everyone in his life knew Jodi was obsessed with him. They knew that she was coming into his house, breaking into his Facebook page, reading his emails. He told everyone in his life, and they were all aware of this woman. And so immediately on the 911 call, the friends are saying, Jodi, you need to look at Jodi.
But at this point, detectives have no evidence those friends are right, until one cop notices a clue a long way from the bathroom.
As he's exiting the house, he passes through the laundry room and he sees a red smear on the washing machine. And inside is where we discover the clue that unlocks this whole case.
And that is?
That is the camera with the photos of him on his last day of his life. Photos of him in sexually provocative poses with Jodi, and then the second batch of photos of him in the shower, and then a final batch, which are these photos of him and he's bleeding on the ground and he's being murdered.
That's right. Detectives not only had pictures of the couple having sex the day of the crime and then those shower poses snapped in the last seconds of Travis's life, but they actually had a shot of Jodi Arias moving Travis's bloody body. And that's when the lies began. On these police interrogation tapes played in court, first, she denied being at Travis's Mesa, Arizona home.
If Travis were here today, he would tell you that it wasn't me.
When confronted with all of those pictures and a mountain of forensic evidence,
That is not my foot.
Jodi concocted a new tale, that she was at Travis's house that fateful day when two masked intruders broke in and slaughtered him but spared her. She even acted out the dramatic scene for the detective.
And I was just going through the pictures and I heard this loud ring.
The detective didn't buy it, and Jodi was arrested for murder. She flashed a smile in her mugshot. Since being locked up, she's made quite a name for herself, winning jailhouse singing competitions and granting national television interviews, like this one with the show Inside Edition, where she made this bold prediction.
No jury is going to convict me.
Why not?
Because I'm innocent, and you can mark my words on that one. No jury will convict me.
Well, she was wrong about that. Now that same jury will decide if she lives or dies. The penalty phase of her trial begins tomorrow afternoon and could last several weeks.
I don't think she deserves the freedom that she would have as somebody that has life without parole. I think she deserves the life of somebody on death row.
Well, the worst outcome for me would be natural life. I would much rather die sooner than later. Longevity runs in my family, and I don't want to spend the rest of my natural life in one place. I believe death is the ultimate freedom, so I'd rather just have my freedom as soon as I can get it.
Tonight, that statement has landed Jodi Arias on suicide watch in jail. Tomorrow, the same 8 men and 4 women who just convicted her of first-degree murder will hear evidence that could decide if she, in fact, becomes the 3rd woman on Arizona's death row. I'm Ryan Owens for Nightline in Phoenix.